welcome to this sunrise sequence to start your day and just give us a little bit of help getting from lying down to upright. So let's all meet in child's pose. Next, inhale, coming up into table, hands and knees. And we'll start to run through some cat-cows with our breath. Next, releasing down to our bellies for Sphinx pose, Salamba Bhujangasana. Stacking our shoulders over our elbows, forearms parallel and facing forward. Untuck the back toes and really extend through the crown. We don't want to look up and crank our necks. Bring your gaze down slightly and try to extend a little bit further through the top of your head. And breathe here. Then with your next inhale, take it back to child's pose. And tucking the toes, you're going to come all the way up for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. First down dog of the day, walk it out, sending one heel then the other towards your mat. And left leg comes up for three-legged dog. And with your exhale, bring that left foot through to the outside of the left hand, setting up for lizard pose on the left side. Untuck the feet, and if it's in your practice, you can come down to your forearms. Let your head hang heavy, and breathe into the stretch. Then slowly pressing yourself back up if you were down. We'll come all the way back for three-legged dog and downward facing dog, pedaling out the dog here. Next, the right leg comes up for three-legged. And on your exhale, bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand. We'll set up for lizard on the other side, dropping the back knee, untucking the toes. And if you are called to this morning, coming down onto your elbows, letting your head hang heavy for Uttan Prasthasana, lizard pose. Slowly pressing yourself back up again, and find three-legged dog. Back to downward facing dog, walk out the dog. Then we're going to come forward into high plank and press back into downward facing dog. Do this 3 more times. High plank, down dog. High plank, working with our breath here. Down dog. High plank. Down dog. Then from down dog, we're going to step to the top of our mat for Uttasana, forward fold. Just allowing gravity to do the work here, letting our heads hang heavy. Option to grab opposite elbows, maybe sway gently side to side. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Planting the hands, step jumper walk back to plank. Chaturanga, up dog. And back to down dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, step jumper walk up to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do this one more time. Arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step jumper walk back to plank. Chaturanga, up dog. Down dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands, step jumper walk to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. And we're going to stay here for Savasana today, because our practice was to get us from lying down to upright. Now we're just going to take a moment while upright to quiet down, take a few deep breaths before we begin our day. Namaste.